Did I change the time? I don't know. And we're live. We are live. Just about yeah.
Just talking about people calling you after 5 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, exactly. Do you know, I've got better things to do. Yeah, I did. I think I did actually change the time, but yeah, hopefully people will hop on and join.
Yeah,
how's it going, man? First midweek round, midweek show.
loving it. Christmas period start. This is it now, isn't it? Just non-stop sport for like 2 months.
Do you know what? I can't. I know this is a fantasy pod, but I cannot
But,
wait. The Darts World Champs. Like it's just Christmas for me now. Like it's like such a vital part of Christmas. Probably the thing I look forward to the most. So
they've had 2 decent like warm-up tournaments, isn't it? So
maybe we should do a Darts World Champs pod for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if there's any episode for a Darts pod.
Definitely, like who wouldn't want to see that? But yeah, big things, man. It's 27 minutes until the game week shuts.
Yeah.
Matty Cole's here. Yes, mate. All right.
Hi, guys.
He did do a standard gaze.
Oh, guys.
Classic.
I don't always see that because sometimes I'm sharing my screen, so I don't always see the comments. So it's good to see that Matt's in tip-top form.
Yeah, as usual. Let us know, obviously, what your changes are this week, or who you're captaining. Like I say, not long to go to the deadline. Do you want to share your screen? Obviously, we need to catch up on last week as well. On the weekend, you beat me, didn't you? God damn.
Yeah, I just seen that 4 points, so that was a big win for me because I was fuming a little bit on Sunday when I saw the Spurs game was cancelled.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was kind of obviously I had regular on, so that wasn't ideal for me either. But they're going to have a double game week coming up now, aren't they? At some point. So
yeah, I've been looking into that though, and it's not for a long while. I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's an option of Kane or Son triple captain already, basically.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, something to look out for. With the changes I made, so I made 2 changes on the weekend, and with the changes I made, I feel like we touched on, everyone's verging towards the same team. So I'm really looking at what second wildcard early Jan to mix it up. I think.
Yeah,
I think my plan is just to stay in touch until over Christmas, and then go big in Jan and just go for the win basically with a random team. It could go both ways. So yeah, beat me by 4 points. Pretty low scoring, isn't
it? Yeah, there weren't many high scores about. I think there was a few 60s knocking about, but everyone, as expected, captained Salah pretty much, I think. And yeah, Chelsea can. I can't remember what happened now. Should we get into it? Do you want to have a look at mine or yours?
Let's have a gander at mine. Fuck it. Yeah. So the only difference, we were neck and neck with on the Sunday we had 2 players left each. But then obviously, the Tottenham game getting cancelled sort of changed everything. If I had Livramento ahead of Antonio on the bench, I don't know why I did that with Southampton playing Liverpool away. I'm really not sure why I did that, but I think that was an oversight.
Yeah.
But it cost me 2 points, so I would have only lost by 2. Yeah, so obviously him coming in for an naught was a bit annoying, but Tomiyasu, mate, he was the main man.
He was, yeah. Well, I texted you. I think you were playing 30, weren't you, on Saturday? And yeah, we dominated that game really, and he got a beautiful assist for the Martinelli goal. I thought he'd probably get the free bonus, and he did. So yeah, 12 points. That was huge.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I noticed he jumped. He's gone up 0.1 this week as well. So that's always good to see. But yeah, other than that, mate, there's not a lot to say. I will just touch on that Aubameyang miss because I did see it on Match of the Day. They didn't even look at it after the game. They barely even showed a replay of it, which I couldn't believe.
I know, yeah, they didn't show because Sloaner missed it live, and they said that you couldn't see a replay anywhere. But yeah, my lord, that was shocking.
Mate, it's like I brought him in, and again, I don't want to, woe me too much, like always whinging, but I put Aubameyang in. He missed a pen in the first game, which it was a low scoring game, so it would have gotten bonus and all sorts. Second game was Man City away, so I dropped him. and then this game misses 1 yarder. So not the best. He's believe it or not, he's come out now. That's it. I've had enough.
I'm not surprised. It's funny. The commentators said, that they always bring up when people miss sitters that Ronnie Rosenthal.
Yeah.
Villa mate. They're like, oh, Ronnie Rosenthal feel like he can come out of his house this weekend after
that. Still referring to that like 30 years ago.
Savage.
Yeah, that was kind of like Smallsy's miss in this thing, isn't it? He like skins the keeper and then blazes it over the bar.
Yeah.
Classic.
He has got a bit of a Smallsy about him at the moment, so yeah.
I was happy that Chelsea conceded because obviously most people doubled up at this point. So
true.
James, I think it was still probably for the best.
Yeah, I think so. Mount there again, disappointing.
Not starting again. Scored a hat trick, and then I did have an injury or whatever. Scored a hat trick. Hasn't played since barely. So now I don't know what to do this week because I don't know whether to start him or not. But well, touching on that actually, you just mentioned that Foden is. You heard Pep saying it's unlikely he's going to play much of the game.
Yeah, so he updated on KDB. He's definitely out. I think Grealish and Foden being tested. They trained alone yesterday. So what was that? Yeah, yesterday. And then they travel up there today. So I think they're part of the squad, but I don't think they're going to get... They won't be starting, or if they do, then they ain't going to play the whole game. They're not fit enough for 90, so... Yeah,
I think Mount. Okay. Well, I think Mount is probably due a start. So yeah, like I'm gonna stick with him and hope that he does. Matt saying someone's put Vardy in for Yang. Is that you? Is it? Who's Matt? Oh, sorry, you're not looking at the screen. Matt's saying someone's put Vardy in for Yang. I think referring to is it Yang Wang?
Oh, Huang.
Yeah.
Or is it about Yang? So I think he's saying that you've put Vardy in for Aubameyang. Is that what you've done?
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Sorry, my bad. That really wasn't that hard to understand. No, I haven't. No, okay. I haven't. Although I think I did it before the Leicester game, so I probably would have. But yeah, come on, let's have a look at yours. Like I say, there's not a lot to say with that. Not a great week, man. No. Sanchez with the 8 though, big ups because him and Tomiyasu basically.
So yeah, the Arsenal boys still doing good for me. Ramsdale with another clean sheet and White.
What a player!
I know. He's up. Did you see the save from Shelby?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But yeah, White. I've been thinking recently, like he's done really well for me. But when Tomiyasu's the same price, and he's got double the points, and now that Tavares is playing as well, he seems to have cemented his spot at the moment. I might look at switching him up for one of the other ones. Although saying that, I've just remembered that I've actually taken him out. I mean, because I've had him.
Tavares was impressive.
He had a dodgy game against Liverpool, but saying that, he did have a bit of a dodgy game against. He had about 4 or 5 shots in the first half that he absolutely blazed over, but he is just an absolute machine down that side. Yeah. Finally, good to have an attacking left back. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, White. Even though he's done quite well in fantasy terms, he's still stayed at 4.4. So I thought, well, I can afford to take him out and not worry about losing money or anything. So that was good. Trent, obviously, you still haven't got. Is that right?
I do now.
You do now. It's finally time. Yeah. So huge points for him. It was all looking quite good really until Sunday, because I had Wilson. Wilson was on the bench, but I had obviously Foden didn't play.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Spurs game was called off, so no Son. And what was the other Sunday game? United. Yeah, so no clean sheet.
Yeah.
Obviously, you boys had a good win. You're not tempted to put any Leicester boys in?
Well, like I said, I did. I've made 2 transfers this week, and I think I did it on Saturday. So with Aubameyang, so I didn't have the option to put Leicester players in this week, but I do. Maddison and Barnes are finally looking like they're on it, and Vardy Vardy was due a couple of goals at the end of the day. I think it's still he's not for me at the moment. Pernell's joining us, yes, mate. How's it going? Pernell beat me in our head-to-head last week. So after weeks of being quite quiet, he's chirping again. He's
making sure that he's tuned in tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I've loaded up a couple of pages, by the way, in case, because obviously when
good shout.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. But yeah, cool, man. Yeah, penalty, a bit more chipper. I thought so, mate. Let us know then what you're saying for captain choices.
I think this week's a hard one for captain.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Well, actually, what we got? We got 20 minutes till game week closes. Let's have a quick look at the league. But yeah, captain choice is a bit tough. I have changed a couple of times. But you said as well that James. Well, I just read myself that James might be out. He might be out for the Watford game.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of pissed off people, aren't there, the next few weeks with like rotation and like Cancelo out missed a game in a while. I'm sure that he'll eventually get rested.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
But the way he's playing at the moment, you can't really drop him. But they might try and like rest him for a Champions League. Would be ideal for people that've got him. But there's going to be a lot of roulette going on.
Well, so the top four starting to break away a little bit. The last couple of weeks. Dom is just so consistent, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, he's just, even though Chelsea, is it 2 City or 2 Chelsea that he's got?
I think he had 3 Chelsea. Is that possible?
So yeah, and he still beat me. So who's he got? Cody,
Jota.
Yeah, Cody's not a bad shout. Jota, yeah, fair play.
Cody came on off the bench for him, which was obviously a bit.
Okay.
And because I guess he had a Spurs player.
Foden.
But yeah, Jota, man. It hurts a little bit because I don't know why. You know, I was always putting him in when Firmino was injured, but this time for some reason I didn't. And yeah, sort of miss a boat a little bit now. You've seen Vardy's obviously a second top scorer in the league. I looked at this yesterday, and the rest of the top 4 is Salah first, Jota, and Mane. So three of the top 4 top scorers in the Premier League are Liverpool players.
Yeah, they've scored. They must be getting on for like 40 goals this season now in the league.
Yeah,
they were averaging. I looked at you worked out the other week. They were like averaging more than 3 goals a game.
Yeah, I think they've scored 2 goals a game, 17 games in a row. At 2+, and they're on like plus 28 goal difference already or something. It's absolutely mad. So if you had Jota, Salah, and Mane, just all 3 in your midfield, you'd be laughing. Like you'd have 3 of the 4 top scorers in the league.
I mean, he's really gone big here, hasn't he, on Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, and why not? Like they are streets ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. They're winning convincingly pretty much every week. So I think we mentioned that last week. If you just had 9 players from those 3 teams, you can't really go wrong, man. The way the league's going at the moment.
No.
Other than rotation, obviously, that's the only issue with those teams.
Yeah. Let's have a look at Billy since he won the week, 67 points. So well done to Bill if you're listening.
Yeah, he's just come back from Mexico. So
very nice.
Yeah, delightful. Like Dennis, man, scored against us for sake. But yeah, like their fixtures are they've got some really tough ones, I think, coming up.
They have, and they've got. They've got Chelsea this week, but they've got Sarr's out, Foster's out. Obviously, Dennis is a big doubt.
Yeah, I heard that Foster injured himself playing in like a 24-hour charity game or something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's a bit of a celebrity these days, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
An influencer, like.
A bit like us.
Influences people's fantasies, like.
Yeah.
And in all senses of the meaning. Okay, cool. So yeah, fair play to Bill.
Again, I think him and Dom must be in cahoots because they're just going huge on City and. Well, they know Chelsea.
Van Dijk, man, 15 points. I didn't think he'd be. Yeah, there's a couple of people I've seen have had him, and he obviously, made a big difference as well.
Yeah.
It's quite a big shout, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a huge week, hasn't he, from all these boys, and his keeper didn't even get any points. So
yeah,
pretty huge week from Bill.
Yeah, man, nice kit as well.
Who else do you want to have a look at?
Well, I sent Frankie the list, but there's no sign of him in the comments, so he can allow him. Let's have a go at Matt's.
54, pretty good week for Matt there. Higher than average.
Yeah, it took a -4, but yeah, that's pretty good. Sticking with Townsend is sorry, that just jumped out at me straight away.
And Pookie. He scored the week. Did you have him the week? Did you have him the week before, Matt? I know he scored recently.
I don't think so.
No.
But this is, I think people were. This is it. More and more of a verging towards a cheaper attacking force and an expensive defense in it, which is basically what I've done now. Yeah, basically what I've done.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting the next few weeks with Lukaku being back there, which we'll come on to. Yeah, because I think he is one. If you've got 2 premiums already, you're going to struggle to put him in, which is what I've found. I haven't got him. I did have a look at it.
Yeah, I think that's the issue now. Actually, is because I was thinking this earlier because I've moved away from having an attacking, expensive attack. It means that it then becomes difficult to put a Lukaku or a Vardy or Kane in.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm gonna have to. It's gonna come down to my wild card in January, basically.
Yeah.
Matt saying Pookie was his punt ahead of Benteke, who I've actually put Benteke in now. We'll come on to it in a minute, but I've gone for him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not convinced, but let's have a go at Pern. So 60 for Pernell. He needed, boy, did he need that, and a strong week.
Edison, I've seen many people with Edison, but that's like a guaranteed starter and like clean sheets a lot of the time.
Yeah, well, got a bit unlucky there actually. With the Man City players this week, but normally you'd expect them to do well. But yeah, it's that Jota, Dennis, Vardy triple that's done nicely. See, this is was a good example as well of a week where everyone's captain in Salah. Fair enough, home to Southampton, but if you're looking to catch up, then Jota there, or Vardy, you'd be laughing.
I think it's got to the point now where people are scared to like not captain Salah because it's like he's always got the potential to score a hat trick, and you just know the one week that you don't do it, he's gonna fucking smash it.
Yeah, it's FOMO, especially with everyone doing the same thing. Pernell saying he brought in Jota and Dennis, so what
nice.
Stroke.
Get him on.
24 points from 2 transfers. That's can't go much better than that, really.
Yeah, right. Duffy probably needs to go because he's stopped starting games now, I think. Because Lamptey's back in there, which we've sort of had a little chat about on the old WhatsApp. He's one to watch out for, Lamptey, isn't he? Because he's playing right up there as like a right winger almost.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I watched a Brighton game and he got man of the match, even though they took him off after like 70 minutes. And
that's the only thing. He does keep coming off early, but that's not a bad thing if they're keeping clean sheets up to that point, as long as he gets past that 60-minute mark.
He is class. Again, I've seen him like that was obviously the first time I've seen him play in ages because he's been injured. But yeah, he was ripping it up.
He was breezing past matey boy, wasn't he? Like
yeah.
And his delivery is good. He's got that because he's so small. He's got that like low center of gravity where he can like still whip across in, even though he's running at pace.
Yeah, exactly. Paj is saying, "Evening, guys. Yes, Paj. We haven't actually met your team, so good timing. How long we got? 10 minutes till game week deadline. So.
Fucking Tony, he scored 2 goals in the last 2 game weeks since I took him out. Fair play, Paj stuck with him.
Like I say, I went for Benteke, but there's so many strikers around that price, like between like 6 and 7 mil, where it's just God knows, it's just a punt. 1 week, one of them will not score for 4 games, another one will score on a little run. It's impossible to know.
I like the look of this team. I got to say, this is a solid team. Like those 4 at the back, Ramsdale, the 2 cheap midfielders that are on it with the 2 people, and a nice strike force as well. Bench is decent as well.
Yeah, 2 6s on the bench. That's a very balanced squad, I have to say.
Yeah.
I am a bit worried about how many Jotas there are flying around now.
They've got. I know it doesn't make much difference, but the only reason I haven't put them in is because they've got back-to-back away games and they're just obviously stronger at home. But
yeah,
I mean Everton are poor, but I'm just hoping that they can turn up for a derby game and yeah, maybe not concede 5.
Yeah, I think a derby, I don't know. Yeah, it adds a little bit to it, but I think I'm still going to go Salah captain probably.
Do you want to look at any others, or if not, I'm going to go on to my team because we've got 8 minutes and I haven't got.
Just a quick one at Greg's then.
Greg, he slipped down a bit after a good week last week.
No, he got unlucky, I think, because just a bit unlucky with the fixtures, I think, and also he had his keeper Sanchez on the bench for Guaita, which is because otherwise he would have got like 40 odd, which would have been about average. But that was a bit costly. Iheanacho, he needs. I don't know why he's still got him in the team. Like he's not.
Yeah, he's got to go.
He's nowhere near the starting 11 at the moment. Like he's completely dropped off. So I think that actually one point with the Vardy thing, they were saying this on Radio Leicester yesterday, is that Rodgers has basically said that Vardy can only play once a week, or he only wants Vardy starting once a week.
Yeah,
and Daka hasn't started in the league yet, but he's been on it in the Europa League, obviously. So I have quite a strong feeling that Daka might start tomorrow.
Yeah, I remember this time last year, Vardy started like only playing one game a week because is it like calf or hamstring problems he's got? Like
Greek for a while, which a hip, I think it's, and there's something with his hip. But so just a word of warning to all your to all these Vardy owners that there is a chance he won't start tomorrow.
I did see that. I don't know how far away Tielemans is, but I just saw a quote that Roger said Tielemans isn't ready for this game, which makes me think that he'll be coming back sooner than anticipated.
Yeah, because I originally thought it was going to be around Christmas, so it does sound like it's going to be sooner, which is good for Leicester, but inconsequential for fantasy, really. But I think Madders is the one I'm keeping an eye on at the moment because he does look kind of back to his best.
He should be good this week, Greg, with Alonso is obviously going to play, and I'm pretty sure Mount will play this week.
I bloody hope so because I've got him as well. Oh yeah, on that point then, let's have a look at our teams. Then we got 6 minutes till deadline. As soon as it closes, let us know who your captains are, etc. Or any changes that you've made as well. In fact, get your changes in now because we've already done our transfer, so it's not going to make a difference. What transfer have you made?
So I took Ben White out just because we've got United. I know United aren't playing great, but you still expect them to score at home to us, I think. And I had free Arsenal, and I just want to spread it out a bit more. So I've bought myself in Ben Davis. I can't remember if I was saying to you or I think it was on the pod last week, or I might be saying to Reed that he's playing this like inverted, like Sheffield United style, like inverted centre back, so he makes underlaps and gets up there. So it was a bit of a toss up about putting him in, or because I've put Gallagher and Smith Rowe. I couldn't make my mind up basically between Davis and these three of who to start, but I thought if I'm bringing Davis in, I've got to play him. So
that'll bias, but also at home to Brentford, good chance of a clean sheet. I've obviously got Reguilon.
And then I've gone for Son captain basically, and that's the only 2 changes. Obviously, I've got a couple of injury doubts, but the bench is all right. They're all players that will play. So
you got some decent fixtures. There's that front three.
The strikers got good fixtures.
Yeah. Newcastle desperately need a win as well, like desperate.
But Norwich have picked up, like when I put Wilson in 3 weeks ago, I was obviously looking at this fixture thinking that could be a smashing, but they've picked up a little bit under Dean Smith. So
that's true. Yeah, that is true. And so you've got Ramsdale away to United in goal.
I'm just hoping for a few save points there, really. Never know, could get a clean sheet, but you don't know what United's going to turn up. Burnley concede quite a lot of goals away from home, so I'm hoping that if Hwang doesn't score this week, he's out. But I couldn't take him out at home to Burnley because, he's got to play. That's it really.
Cool. I think. So you were saying that you weren't feeling your team that much this week. Why is that? It looks pretty.
I like the strikers, but is the captain thing? Like I got a feeling a lot of people are going to captain Salah again. Right? Spurs still aren't looking, that great. So I'm taking a bit of a punt. Just it's really like a paper fixture. You're like, Spurs against Brentford. Yeah, that should be a smashing. But Brentford are not bad. But I just think this could be the game that obviously they've had a bit of extra time off as well, Spurs, so they should be. There's no excuses for them not to be like 100% fit and absolutely at it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's more the case of the injuries is just a bit of a concern. And just thinking about going forward, I want to probably get Lukaku in, so I'm going to have to take like either Foden or Son out at some point, probably. So it's just more of a headache for the weeks to come, really.
Yeah. Is that just like a hint with Lukaku? Like you've got like a feeling because like obviously he wasn't really on the great form before his injury, and he's been out for a little while.
Yeah.
I assume that their fixtures are really good, but like
then they're all right. But I just think now that hopefully James does start this game or is at least back like next week, but. Like it's just where I've been watching Chelsea the last few weeks, and they've been whipping them in, and like it's Werner on the end of it, or Havertz on the end of it, or they're not like making the run that Lukaku would, and I'm sure he'll get loads of tap-ins in that team.
Yeah,
even though, like you said, like he wasn't really that on it the few weeks before he got injured. I just think the way they're playing at the moment is going to really suit him. I hope.
I think he is a goal scorer, and in that team, he should really be banging them in. So, and yeah, I suppose if you get him in early, then that could work out nicely as well.
He's one of the most transferred in this week, but I don't know if we touched on it at the start or not. I read that Tuchel said that he's not likely to play 90 minutes at this stage, so he might either start and come off or just come on. So,
yeah. Matt saying no transfer. So you've already made one, so no.
I had two, so yeah, I've only used one, so I'm carrying two over to next week. Yeah.
Nice. I'm I took a -4.
Do you want to get your team up?
My team's up now. Yeah. So I took a -4, and the reason being that I had enough of Aubameyang, and then I thought, okay, get a cheap striker in, invest in the defense. So I've upgraded Livramento to Trent.
Yeah, nice.
And downgraded Aubameyang to Benteke. My regret after that was that I think I did it even before Match of Day. And when I watched Match of Day, Robertson looked on it, and I need differentials. So and he's a little bit cheaper as well, isn't he? So I'm a bit annoyed.
It's 8 mil now, so yeah, he would be like a mil cheaper, I guess.
Yeah. 8 mil. I guess I got him in at 7.9, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a change I could still make, but I just feel like in like last season, wasn't it the case that for a long while Robertson was the more productive out of the two?
Yeah, because he was taking corners, wasn't he? But is he on corners again this year? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, Trent is still the one. Don't get me wrong; he's a better player. But in terms of just getting that bit of money,
yeah.
At the end of the day, they're both going to get the same clean sheet stat. So Robertson gets plenty of assists when he's on it.
Yeah.
And like I say, last week he was really on it. So I would have gone for Robertson if I hadn't made these transfers so early. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I should have had Trent in for a long while at this point.
So you've got Antonio against Sanchez, but not a lot you can do about that, is there?
Nah. It's the issue of already having one keeper. But yeah, like I think Brighton tend to be involved in quite low scoring games. I don't
they
know.
Do, yeah.
But you'd fancy Antonio there, and then Benteke. Yeah, I think I don't know. Leeds obviously not on the best form. I've got Benteke and Rafinha both in the same game as well, which isn't ideal.
Brighton to be honest, is against Leeds as well, so I can see Benteke being a bit more ruthless than Mopai missed a sitter, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
What's your bench saying?
So yeah, it's not the best this week. I think your team's looking better, to be honest. But you never know. So on the bench, I've got Foden, Smith Rowe, and Tomiyasu. So
not too different.
Not too different. I am tempted to start Smith Rowe, or I was tempted. Is it too late? It's too late. I was tempted to start Smith Rowe, but I mean, like you say, United away is with their Well, the new manager is actually not going to be there, is he? Still?
No, I was reading that earlier. Yeah, he's still not. Still Carrick. I think what they'll do is, because we really did struggle to break Newcastle down in the first half, I think they'll play exactly the same as they did against Chelsea and just try and hit us on the break. But they'll probably have a lot more success hitting us on the break than they did against Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you were watching that game, thinking, right, let's see if there's any sort of difference in the United style. And Sancho had an absolute mare, but then he did actually score. Like, he took his goal really well. Is like, considering he had a bad first half, he did that like fake pass to Rashford.
Just on that, was it just me or was Rashford offside that entire time?
I can't actually think.
Rashford was like just slightly, like not even half a yard, but slightly in front of Sancho the whole time. So like he never slowed down. So if Sancho had passed it to him at any point during that run, I'm sure.
Oh right, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I was looking at it like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I'm sorry, like, what are you playing at? I just don't understand. Like,
he was awful as well in that game, Rashford. But Sancho picked up, and like, I'm thinking if they're bringing in this like gegenpress style or whatever, and then 8.9 he could be the one. But yeah, like I said, he was crap before he scored. But yeah, fuck United.
I think. Yeah, to be fair, the times it worked in the end. Just they got one break and went forward and scored. But at the end of the day, they were playing like a bloody, like a Watford away to Chelsea.
I know.
Like literally, like I'd leave two strikers up there, punt it up, and hope that something happens. It's like it's a little bit embarrassing for a team with the highest wage bill in the Premier League. Spent 400 mil under Solskjaer, and this is what they're playing like. I mean.
It's their midfield, isn't it? It's Bruno, Fred, and McTominay. It's like Fred and McTominay have to work twice as hard because Bruno doesn't really. If Bruno's not scoring an assist, he's not doing much else, is he?
Yeah. I mean, he's gone right off the boil, hasn't he? This season, like compared to how he was last season, it's insane. I don't know how much of is the Ronaldo effect and stuff like that, but like. He just doesn't look like the same player, to be honest, that he did at one stage last season.
So obviously you stuck with Salah captain, so yeah.
Yeah, I was considering making last minute changes, but that's not happening now. No, I don't think, to be honest, I'd already looked at it. I don't think there was much else to do.
You said you were considering James, but obviously he had a knock, so.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't risk it. So, although I suppose if he's either going to start or he's not going to play, so I suppose I still could have. But yeah, let's just. Everton have been pretty shit lately, so let's just hope that Salah smashes it.
Yeah.
And that Jota doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I thought we'd just have a quick look at transfers in and out.
Mm-hmm.
I had loaded these pages up. So Ramsdale, unsurprisingly, did you get him in at 4.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I was having a look at my team earlier. I've got loads of players. Like the only one that I haven't got that's gone up loads is Cancelo. All the others like Trent, James, Smith Rowe. I bought them all at the best time, so my team value is pretty decent.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, some of them have shot up as well recently. Like so yeah, no surprise to see Alonso right up there.
Yeah.
And Cancelo, the form that he's been on regular. So I went a week early, so I think I got him in at 5. So there's a little bit of uplift there. Thiago Silva's like the guaranteed starter at centre back, isn't he? And Rudiger.
Was he 5.5? Yes. 5. He's got Chalobah as well at 4.8. He's started quite a few games, but he's always not 100% sure that he's going to start.
Yeah, exactly.
He started the last 2?
Started the last 2, and he'd started 3 not long before that. So, yeah, but he's just not that cheap, isn't it? That's, I suppose, by Chelsea standards, he is. But
yeah, he's not a 4 miller.
Interesting that there's no Lamptey on there, so he's not. Nobody's looking at him quite.
I think they got a couple of tough fixtures, is the only thing.
Yeah.
Which might be putting people off, or maybe they've just not realised because they're so boring to watch that nobody bothers watching them. But
yeah. God damn, I definitely took Vardy out at the wrong time. Like he's gone up miles in price, 10.6. Can't remember what I sold him for. But I would I'd love it if he doesn't start, basically, because he must be owned by what? He must be owned by loads now. 27.6.
I hadn't even considered him. I was thinking about cheeky Maddison, but I'll just wait a couple more weeks to have a look at Maddison.
He does go under the radar though, Vaz. How's he on? Like, how's he the second top scorer in the league? Like, he doesn't like. I don't know how that's happened, but he, like I say, he just gets. He picks up single goals quite often, but rarely gets like hat tricks or anything.
Why is Højbjerg one of the most transferred? Not one of, but he's on the page.
I don't know, man.
I didn't get that. Is he like all of a sudden going to play like number 10 or something? Like,
I have no idea. He's a couple of goals, couple of tens. He's not even that cheap, really. 5 mil, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you got Smith Rowe in early enough, I'm sure a lot of people did. He's only 0.5 more.
Yeah.
I think like Jorginho's 5 and he takes penalties. So yeah, I didn't really.
Well, see, Madders is right up there, but he's only 6.6, so he started at 7, so he's dropped a serious amount.
The thing is with him is he tends to go in like waves, doesn't he? So no doubt he'll probably score another couple of goals this week and next week. But then by the time that point, I'll put him in, and then he'll be shit again. So
yeah, it's a bit of a bargain though. I think looking at this, I've got obviously Leeds have got a nice couple of fixtures.
Yeah.
Tonight and on Sunday, but then after that they've got a horrid run. So
he could come in there.
Rafinha for Madders is a possibility for sure. Obviously Gallagher's there now, but obviously everyone's brought him in now. And
if he doesn't do anything against Leeds, he'll be one of the most transferred out, I reckon, because people ain't got the patience. It'll be 2 weeks of nothing.
Yeah.
They weren't very good against Villa. I watched that game.
They have got nice fixtures though after the United game.
Yeah.
That was partly why I brought Benteke in, I think, because I'll bench him next week. But then, a good little run. But then also Benteke and Gallagher, that would then that's a bit OTT on Palace.
Yeah.
Like, they're not that good.
No.
So
yeah, the two obviously people are thinking that Newcastle, they've got a nice couple of fixtures. So Saint-Maximin and Wilson.
Yeah. I think,
like I said, Lukaku's on there, but he's not likely to start, I don't think.
Yeah. I think King is a bit of a bargain as well, 5.7.
If Dennis is out as well, then yeah.
He's taken the pens now as well, and they got a pen against Leicester and he took it.
Oh, is that? I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
So that's always good to know. All right, so I have to do this every time. Let me just sorry. I'll just bring up the most transferred out quickly before we go.
Yeah.
What are you going to watch any of the games tonight? What are the games tonight?
Newcastle, Norwich, and Palace, Leeds.
Not great.
I'll probably watch. I'd say Palace Leeds will be more exciting, I think, but yeah, I've got players in both, so I'll maybe on the Fire Stick I'll get both games on the go. It's on Prime. It's on Prime as well, isn't it? These games.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Sweet. So they've got this one, and they've got a couple over December, isn't it? Like Boxing Day, I think they've got these days.
Yeah, they do. Oh yeah, actually, while I remember you said about with the Spurs game potentially getting rearranged, the Burnley one. So the double game weeks, from what I read, some like nerd on Twitter had like worked it all out. Game week 21 and game week 22. So what are we on now? Game week 18. Oh, it's not that far away then. No, we're not on 18, are we? What are we on?
No, we're not that far, are we? Not yet.
No, what are we on? 14.
Yeah.
21, game week 21 and 22 is a possibility. There could also be double game weeks for Arsenal, City, and somebody else, depending on FA Cup results, I think. And then the next possible ones are like right at the end, so like game week 33 and game week 36.
Well, like I said, I think that what for that fixture in particular.
Well, for double game weeks in general, but they're the most likely ones because of the congestion. So yeah, 21, 22, 33, and 36. Well,
anyway, like I said, it's good to know that there's already one for sure in the bag with Spurs. Obviously, there naturally will be some more anyway. But yeah, I think obviously we've both got all our specials, haven't we? So, but
yeah,
biding our time for that.
I think I read as well that Chelsea, because they're in the Club World Cup, which has been rearranged for February, so there'll be 2 weeks in February where they won't play, so they'll have 2 double game weeks after February.
Wow. Oh, good shout. Good shout.
So if you're wildcarding in January and putting a lot of Chelsea players in, it might not be ideal if you've not got them for a couple of weeks, but you could free hit, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And then because also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, obviously there's the African Cup of Nations as well, isn't there? So there's going to be like a whole month where there's going to be no Salah, and a whole host of other players I imagine that aren't gonna.
That could be interesting for Liverpool. No Salah or Mane.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how many games were they missed about a month, didn't they?
But I remember last year Senegal got knocked out or whatever it was. Mane didn't miss. I think he only missed one game. We've got quite a lot of. We got Partey. That could be bad news for us. You've got quite a few as well, haven't you? Striker wise.
Yeah, Iheanacho and Ndidi.
Daka? Would they not qualify?
Zambia didn't qualify.
Okay.
So I think it's Amati, Iheanacho, and Ndidi for Leicester, I think. But yeah, I mean across the Prem there must be loads. Like yeah. So that's one to bear in mind as well. I think January could be quite hectic with that going on. The Club World Cup.
Right.
There's going to be a lot happening. The transferred out, so no surprise to see. So Duffy, like you said, it was time to jump ship. Cresswell, I did that already last week.
Yeah,
sure. I'm surprised so many people have stuck with him for so long. And Tsimikas at 3.8 now. If you really did want just a dud player on your bench to bulk up the price, 3.8 is so cheap.
It is, yeah. If you've got a 4.5 that's doing fuck all, you can say 0.7 and use that somewhere else. So yeah, that could be if your bench is unusable, then get him on there.
I'm really starting to think about my wildcard, man. Like I'm really starting to consider my options and what players to keep. What players I could get to try and eat into this gap. Like everyone's verging towards the same players. There's a very small kind of pool of people who are on players who are on form at the moment. But then there's a lot of players, who haven't really come to the fore yet. Like
exactly,
KDB's an obvious one.
Those players.
Yeah, I think if Riyadh gets a run of games, he could score big. Like he looks quality in the Champions League the other day when I seen him. Obviously
and it could be teams like Villa, for example. Like they seem to have turned the corner under Stevie G. So like Watkins could come into the equation up front.
Yeah, exactly. So there's still a long way to go between now and then. To be fair, there's still a lot to play. It's mad, isn't it? So this is game week 14. So game week 13 is basically a third of the season. So we're already like 35% of the way through this season. Like there's a lot still to play for. I need to just keep that in mind, man, because not do anything too rash.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, the most transferred out forward. I suppose he didn't start, did he? So no surprise there. Hwang, people are jumping ship.
Probably.
Yeah. And Gray and Townsend still hemorrhaging as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised that James is one of the most transferred. I know he's the most transferred in and transferred out, but just because he's got a knock, that's not a reason to just take him out. Like he's going to be, I'm sure he's going to be fine for the next week.
Yeah, that seems pretty. Yeah, that does seem dumb. I suppose if you've got money in the bank and you've got you're not doing any other transfers, you could do it for 1 week and then bring him back. But hopefully he plays, man. Hopefully he plays. Like that'd be good to see. All right, man. Well, what game am I going to watch? Well, I suppose I've got my fantasy interest is in Leeds and Palace because I've got Rafinha and Bentex.
Yeah.
You've obviously got Wilson in the Newcastle Norwich game.
Yeah, then Gallagher. That's it.
So have a little quick look at the fixtures actually.
I think that Leeds Palace game is going to be a good one because Leeds really do need to sort it out. Like they were shocking against Brighton, and now they've got a home game against a team that did look a bit shaky against Villa. So yeah, it could be a high scoring one. That
yeah, yeah. That's been none of those big three are at home this week, isn't it? So
that's why I went for Son, but
yeah, I think Son is with the extra little rest days they've had as well is probably a good shout. But Brentford,
they've won back games, I think, or
okay.
I think so. But before that, I had a look earlier. They've conceded quite a lot. Yeah, hard to tell with Spurs, but fuck it, give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah, you see what Conte said, basically, like after 3 weeks, he's realised that they're shit, basically.
I seen that Reguilon said that he was like absolutely hating training because like he's making them work like dogs, basically.
Yeah, really. Yeah, well, they need it. Like they need it. I saw with Ranić or whatever his name is. You see it like side by side, like Leipzig stats when he was there, and they're obviously like first for like presses, tackles, like all this, and then side by side to United this season, they're like 19th.
I saw that,
yeah. It's like
good luck turning that around.
I know. Like literally, you're trying to get the worst team in the Prem.
He's not a fucking miracle worker.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't even really know who he is. So
I think I was reading that he's obviously manager for the rest of the season, and then he's got like a 2-year contract to be like technical director, I guess. So they are definitely going to go down this, Klopp style, basically. They've admitted defeat. They can't play their own way, so they've got to copy somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's like a German takeover at the minute, isn't it?
It is.
It's funny how it goes in ways, isn't it? Because like Pep's kind of, or not just Pep's, but Spain's kind of tiki-taka style was the one that everyone was trying to do. I still think that's kind of what Rodgers bases a lot of his football on. But now it's sort of been taken over by the sort of high pressing, direct kind of game. Which I do prefer watching. I fucking hated tiki-taka. Like it's
mate.
Unless it was Iniesta and Xavi. If it was Iniesta and Xavi, it's like, all right, fair enough. Like they're absolutely class. But yeah, the whole concept of like we'll just hog the ball off you is just so annoying. Didn't Man City had about 80% possession against West Ham?
Yeah,
which is it's just a joke, isn't it? It's like meant to be first against fourth, basically in the league, and like the gap between them is just
mad.
Ridiculous.
Lanzini's goal though, fucking hell.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Yeah. I think in these next few weeks is really going to sort of start splitting the league out. So because obviously like West Ham are up there, Wolves are up there, Brighton. So I'm hoping to start seeing some of these drop off.
To start moving up.
Yeah, like we've got Southampton and then Newcastle. So hopefully like it's still quite tight in it, but I want to see like Arsenal obviously starting to split away, and we just need to make sure that we're still in touch. Like you'd expect Spurs to be up there and United to be up there. So
yeah,
you've got to stay in touch, man.
Yeah, you can't afford to drop points against teams that you should be beating, like especially at home.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the problem. It's like we tend to show up against the bigger teams and do shit against the smaller ones. So
saying that you did score 9 against Southampton. Was it last season or the season before?
Season before, yeah. But I think we do have a very good record away there in recent years. So I know that Greg's never confident, but I think we can definitely go there and get a win for sure.
Yeah.
What about you away to United? What do you reckon?
Well, really, I think we should be going in there full of confidence, and they should be shitting it a little bit because they're not used to us potentially bringing the game to them and being the higher team in the league. I am quietly confident because they didn't look very good against Chelsea, but yeah, it all depends. If we turn up the way we've been playing the last few weeks, we should. I'd take a draw, but I'm confident that we could get a bit more.
Yeah, man. I reckon it might be one of those I regret benching them because it's not like United are scoring many goals and they're conceding loads. So
Yeah.
Smith and Tomiyasu could actually have a good week, but
yeah,
just laws of probability and that, innit? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. It's good to do a midweek. It's well to have a midweek game week and to do a midweek show. But we'll be back to our usual slot at 6 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Nice one, man. Yeah,
Good luck, everyone.